Are you a gamer? Do you like video games? Oh man, I remember as a kid, I used to love to play video games. And in this video, well, I'm going to talk about video games. I don't play them like I used to, but for the longest time, I was the biggest gamer. And I remember like when video games were only in the arcade. That's how old I am. Welcome to Chavez Live 360, brought to you by Live Masters, where we feel alive by going live, and your journey to video mastery begins here. If you don't know who I am, my name is Mike Chavez. I've been on a live video journey since January 31st, 2017. I go live daily with videos so we can get to know each other. I specialize in connecting with people online and building amazing relationships. Now, I'm here in the fabulous city of Las Vegas. Let me know where in the world that you're tuning in from, if you're live or if you're going to come back and catch this on the rerun. Now, I always tell you why I'm talking about this topic, and video games is what we're going to talk about tonight in this video. And the reason that I'm talking about that is because I'm really hooked on this incredible game right here. It's called it's a surfing game, and it's like it's the most realistic surfing game I've ever seen in my life, and it's the only game that I actually play on my phone. So before we start talking about the history of video games and some of my favorite games as a kid, let me know, do you play games on your phone right now? Did you know that the gaming mobile industry is in the billions of dollars? Isn't that crazy? People spend so much money on games for their phones, not to mention all the other platforms. So now I remember, again, I mentioned at the top of the video, I actually remember as a kid to play video games, you would have to go to the arcade. And then as I got older, I remember when I'd walk to school, there would be there would be video games at the liquor store. And so I would always spend my lunch money on Pole Position. That was my favorite game as a kid. Like, so I'm walking to school, Pole Position. And then as I got older, then Atari, Intellivision, ColecoVision, and then these devices that you could hook to your TV and you could play games. One of the first games that they came out with was Pong. That's really showing my age. Pong, do you remember that? Where you just turned the dial and the thing went back and forth, and you would basically shoot the ball back and forth. And so I remember those games. I remember Atari was amazing, and then Nintendo came out, and then the PlayStation came out, and so I've had all these devices over the years, and I probably spent so much money I can't even imagine how many different games that I've spent. Yeah, I'm a gamer, barely have time to do it anymore. Yeah, so I had the original PlayStation, had the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. The last PlayStation I bought was a PlayStation 4. And I don't really play that one anymore. Now they have a PlayStation 5. And it's crazy though how realistic the games really look now. I mean, like some of the sports games that you watch, if you watch it on a big screen, yeah, Sega Genesis. I had Sega Genesis. Sega Genesis was ahead of its time. Sega Genesis was one of the first video game platforms that played disc. Remember? That was like before PlayStation came out with the disc. It was the Sega, the Genesis, but then the Dreamcast, the Sega Dreamcast. I had a Dreamcast, and the racing games on that were amazing. So I love racing games. I love sports games. I kind of like the shooter games. I remember on my PS4, I played Battlefield. That was pretty fun. I never got into Call of Duty or Medal of Honor. I never got into too many of all of those, the new ones. But I did like the sports games a lot. And again, like I just kind of like, you know, stopped having time to play games all the time. But they're still fun. The racing games ones are still really, really fun. But now I don't really play too many games on any platforms other than I mentioned a couple minutes ago, the game that I play on my phone. Now I do have two phones, and it's a free game, and it takes forever to level up. I'm on two different levels on two different phones because That's how much I like this game. It's the only game that I play, and it's really, really super fun. I'll put the link in the comments for it if you guys want me to share it with you. But it's really fun. And the reason I like it actually is because I've surfed before. I grew up surfing, so I know what it's like. And it's like the most realistic thing. The waves look real. You get to all these different surf spots, so on and so forth. Hold on a second. Let me take a drink. Now, video games are controversial, right? They've gotten some pretty graphic ones, like what is that? Grand Theft Auto. Where you could pick up hookers and sell drugs and shoot drug dealers and like do all kinds of crazy stuff, right? And so I remember also too when they came out with the rating system for games, kind of like the movie industry. They had to rate the games because listen, regardless of what I may have thought, being exposed to all the stuff. I mean, I got to play all the shooter games, and I had cap guns as a kid, and squirt guns and BB guns and all that stuff. I've never really shot anything in my life other than targets. So it turned out okay. But that being said, you know, there's stuff today in the video games. I know I'm probably sounding really old here in this video, but the way that they're making the games, they're so darn realistic compared to the games that, from the past when I was a kid and I was growing up. That being said, now the future of all of this is virtual reality. And we've heard about the headsets, right? You guys everybody knows what virtual reality is. You've seen the when you go to anywhere where they have like a carnival or something, they have everything's virtual reality, and they sell the headsets. And actually, that's really, I believe, the next phase of where Facebook and social media is going to try to go. I had mentioned that before. Is all about the virtual reality and having these devices that you put on and you immerse yourself and in networking in a way that's going to be very interesting in the future. I really believe so. Throw a Note 7 as a bomb. Yeah, you could do all kinds of weird stuff in there on that Grand Theft Auto game. I would like to when I have played Grand Theft Auto, the only times I ever played it, I would just like to drive the cars and the police chases and try to get as many stars as I could. And I didn't really. It's just kind of silly. It's kind of pointless. It gets old after a while. But there are some pretty interesting games out there. The gaming industry, again, billions and billions of dollars. Here in Las Vegas, every year at the Luxor Hotel, they have this grand championship of gaming online where they come and they do their thing online. And there's people that are millionaires now actually from gaming. Did you know that? There's people that have made it a living as a professional video gamer. So anyways, I just wanted to come and do my video tonight and talk to you about video games. And maybe if you come back on the replay here tonight and watch this video tomorrow, whenever you watch this video, let me know what your favorite games are, if you've ever been a gamer, or if you care less. But I have spent, gosh, I can just think about all the money and time that I've actually spent playing video games. Time and money probably could have been better well spent. But I will go ahead and get out of here tonight. But at the end of all my videos, I always throw out an open invitation to continue the conversation about networking and working on personal development and business development. We have some communities that we can hook you up with. If you want more information about them, let me know. Put a question mark in the comments. I will talk to you tomorrow with a brand new video, streaming this one live on my personal page or in our community Live Masters. And we also have our hashtag Live Masters YouTube channel with hundreds and hundreds of other videos with value in them waiting for you to go and take a look at. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. That would be great. I'll talk to you soon. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have fun playing the next game that you decide to play if you're still a gamer. We'll talk to you.